Hello there. Well, many of us who are waking up into our spiritual gifts and our knowings know we struggle with ego. So, walking into being ego is not always a positive or a negative thing. Ego has kind of gotten a bad name, right? But I want you to remember, though, that your ego is your strength sometimes. And when we're working with an inner strength, sometimes we have to use the word discernment. So discern, what is your ego trying to do for you? Your ego can be somebody who says, it's time to be stronger here. It's time to set up a voice that we needed to say for a long time, right? But then it's time to have that ego sit down like a kid that needs to be sat down, or even us who need to rest once in a while, right? But if we're working with shame, if we're working with guilt, if we're working with a lot of those things, then they can even do the same thing in our spiritual growth. So be careful of what you label, because sometimes our mind is stronger than our ego is, right? Because it wants to keep us going back and forth, right? So in this eclipse week, you might be finding that you might be struggling a little bit with the mind, the emotions, and these things that are popping up, like shame, guilt, or hurt, or childhood hurts, aches, dishonorments that are circling around, that come out, that something in our adulthood triggers it, right? So with this, I just want to give you an understanding that in your spiritual growth, you're going to have all these emotions popping up. You're going to have these things popping up. But it's time to kind of take them, love them, be with them, and then let them pass through. Because you never know what the journey is. Because if you don't look at the shadows in your spiritual walk, it's going to be hard to be enlightened in your enlightened moments. Natasha Venter, AngelicClarifications.com.